Hi, in this video I was showing you this. It's the Shark ICZ601UKT Cordless Vacuum Cleaner, and what I want to do today is to show you around the vacuum some of the features and benefits that it offers. But just before we start, all I'd normally say is please subscribe to my YouTube channel, just give us a quick thumbs up. What I do is I'll talk about household appliances, vacuum cleaners, there's normally a bit of tech in there as well. So I'd appreciate it if you just give us a quick subscribe, then we'll make a start. Shark have an ever-increasing range of cordless vacuum cleaners, and this is the latest addition to the range. Now some of the other models are more of the stick cleaners, so they're quite thin, and to store them they can be a little bit difficult, a little bit tricky depending on where you want to keep it. Sometimes you just have to lean it up against a wall or lie it down. Some of the models are freestanding, but they can be a little bit precarious. I only know this because in the showroom we have got quite a good range of them. Now this model, this is one of their latest additions, is a bit more traditional looking, and what I mean by traditional looking is that you've got all the motor and the bin towards the bottom of the vacuum, but it looks a little bit more like the traditional corded bagless vacuum cleaners. But to be honest, I really like it. I know it's sort of designed that people will like, because a lot of people prefer the weight at the bottom of the vacuum rather than having all the weight at the top. Especially if you suffer with your hands, then having the weight at the bottom of the vacuum can be a real advantage. Talking about weight, the weight of this vacuum isn't the lightest on the market. You're looking around 5.5 kilograms. But what you will find is because a lot of the weight is at the bottom, then the vacuuming process is actually really easy, even compared to a lighter weight model where you've got the motor and the bin at the top. This is really where I'd recommend a demonstration of it. So if you have got the ability to pop into a local store, then just go and have a go with it, because you could find that using something like this, even where you've got the weight at the bottom that's a little bit heavier, could be a real benefit. So first of all, I'll show you the bin on the front. As far as removing the bin, then it's nice and easy. You've just got a couple of clips, so you just pull that and then the whole bin chamber comes off. When it comes to emptying the bin, it's nice and easy. Clearly you can see we have used this a little bit in the showroom. That's why it's got a bit of dirt in here. But all you normally do is go over to a bin and empty that. You ideally don't want to do it over the floor like I've just done. But anyway, I'll vacuum that up in a minute. So that's the first way. So you just press that and then the rubbish will fall out. I'd normally recommend doing that in a well ventilated area. So ideally do it outside, because you can find once it's full of rubbish then it can get quite dusty. As far as the capacity, this is a 0.6 litre capacity. So again, it's not the biggest on the market, but again, for this size vacuum, I think that's more than adequate. What you can do is you can take this apart. So if you wanted to just give it a quick wipe out inside, then I'm really glad that Shark have allowed us to empty it or to open this from the top, because there's nothing worse than having something like this. You know, it's a really nice looking vacuum cleaner. You know, you can keep it nice and clean, but there's some vacuums you can really struggle to get access to certain parts of the vacuum. And then to put the bin back on, all you do is you just locate it at the bottom and then it just clips at the top, so that's nice and easy. Just while I'm around this area, I'll just show you this. So this is where the battery is stored, and on this vacuum you've got up to 50 minutes run time. You have got different power settings, I'll show you those in a moment. But the beauty of this is that you can take the battery out, and there are a couple of ways you can charge the vacuum, because clearly being cordless, you will need to charge it at some point. So a couple of options. You've either got this is a little dock that you can sit the battery in, so you can sit it in there, and the advantage of this is you're not limited to where you charge it. Some people don't want to have it wall mounted, like on a lot of other competitor brands. I know you don't have the option to wall mount this because it is freestanding anyway, but if you don't want the hassle of taking the battery out each time you want to charge it, then what you can do is if you just pop that back in the vacuum, then if you just take the plug out of this little dock, and all you do is underneath you just twist it, so you'll see just on the inside here, hopefully you can see that there's the little end of the charger. So I've just taken that out now, so we're not going to use the dock. And around the back of the vacuum you've got a little charging port, and all you do is you just go and plug it in. So when it comes to using the vacuum, Then on the back here, I know you can't see it from there, but there is a button called wand release. And what that will do is that will release the pipe and the hose, so that if you wanted to, say, get up high, then you've got that ability. On the handle itself, I'll show you this in more detail in a second. You've got a nice rubber handle, so it's nice and easy to get a good grip on it. As far as the length on it, it is a pretty good length, so if you want to get up in the ceiling or to get the cobwebs up from there, then that's nice and easy. Now, because with this vacuum it's not the lightest on the market, when it comes to vacuuming in odd areas, say if you're going up the stairs, or if you want to go and vacuum your car for example, then taking the vacuum outside or up the stairs can be a little bit more difficult than taking a very lightweight vacuum around. So what Shark have done is they've come up with the lift away concept again. Now this isn't new, this is something that Shark have had for quite a few years now. But I'm glad they've taken it onto this cordless model as well. And the idea is that you can just walk around with this. So it's all, you've got the battery as part of it, so it's all powered fully. And what it does is really reduce the weight of it. But what you can do is you can just move around. It is powered as well. And what that means is that if you put one of the tools in the end, say the mini turbo brush, which I'll just show you in a moment, then that will rotate as well. As far as filtration on this model, it has got a HEPA filter as part of it, so filtration on this is very good. So if you have got somebody in the household that suffers with allergies or dust allergies for example, then that could be a really good reason to buy the vacuum. As far as the handle, what I've done is I've just zoomed in here, just make it easier to see. So first of all, you've got the on and off button. So you can hear that's just turned on there. A couple of other options. You have got the floor and carpet setting. I will give you a demonstration of this in a moment, but you have got the boost option as well. So clearly I mentioned earlier that you've got up to 50-minute runtime. That will really depend on the surface that you're on. So if you're on a hard floor, and if you were just vacuuming like that, then you can achieve the 50 minutes. If you use in the boost function, and that's really where it increases the suction, then you will find that you won't get the full 50-minute runtime. So I'll just show you that. So when it's first switched on, just press the boost, and the idea of the boost is not that it's a button that you press and it stays on. That's just really for a specific area. So if you, for example, if you I don't know, say dropped a lot of cereal in one area, then what you can do is you can just boost it just while you're vacuuming that bit, and then you go back to normal by releasing your finger off the button. So I'm glad they've done it that way, because I think a lot of people are tending to use the higher suctions when it isn't really necessary. Just under here, so around the side, you've got a handle release button, and what it will do is that just releases that. And what you can do is you can attach all the tools on here. So again, if you're vacuuming, say, your sofa, then you don't necessarily need the long wand itself. All you need is just to pop a tool in here and go and vacuum away. And then when you're finished, that just clicks back into place. The next thing to show you is something called Duo Clean. And what Duo Clean means is that what Shark have done is they've actually put two rollers within the vacuum. Now, a lot of vacuum cleaners just have the one roller at the front, and they're relying on that roller to do everything. Some brands will give you different heads, so what you have to do is you have to pick a different head depending on the surface that you're on, which can be a pain. It's storing them, and clearly it's, you know, it's adding to the cost, so you're paying for that privilege of having different heads. But what Shark have done here is you just get one head that will do everything. I'll just show you this because it's something that is really clever. So first of all, you've got the fluffier head here, and you've got this towards the back of the vacuum, and when you combine the two, then it doesn't matter whether you're on, say, a hard floor surface, so whether it's things like ceramic, laminate, wooden floors, vinyl, or whether it's on carpeted floors, then one of these two will give you a brilliant result. What this also combines with is something called anti-hair wrap technology. This is something that Shark have used for quite a few years now, and I must say it does work. It is really good, and the customer feedback we get is very good as well. What it does is a traditional roller brush what it will do is it will get the hairs around it, and what you normally have to do is to go and get a pair of scissors or get a knife and take the hairs off, which can be a bit of a pain. Well, it's not a bit of a pain, it is a pain. But with the anti-hair wrap technology, then you don't need to worry about that, because the hair itself doesn't get wrapped around either of the roller brushes. What you can do is, on the bottom of the vacuum, I'll just show you this, because you have got the ability to take a lot of this apart. So if you did want to give it a good clean, then if you just get a coin, pop it in the bottom, and then you can remove the bottom plate. If you wanted to, you have got the ability to remove the front brush as well. It's just a clip on the side, and that just pulls out like that. So you could just take that out, just go and give it a wipe round or give it a wash, and then when you finish with that, then just pop it back in the side. You need to make sure it's located properly, and then it just clicks into place. As far as the tools and accessories it comes with, this is the first one. This is the standard crevice tool. That's probably the most popular one if you want to vacuum down the side of your sofa or down the side of your car seat. This is the next tool it comes with. This is the upholstery tool, so a slightly wider head, as you can see. That's mainly used for doing things like your sofa, or if you're vacuuming a table, for example, then that's normally quite a good one to use. This is the next one. This is the brush. So you've got they're pretty stiff bristle brush. So I'd say it's not quite as stiff as some of the models on the market. So that's a really good one. What you have got is actually almost a double action tool, because as you can see here, it is angled like that, whereas if you turn it 180 degrees, then it's straight. So it's good to have the option anyway. The last one it comes with is this. This is the motorized pet tool. So depending on which model you're looking at, so this one is the ICZ601UKT, and that stands for T for the turbo brush, which is this. If you're looking at the standard ICZ160UK, then there's a very good chance that it doesn't include this model. So just make sure you get the right one. And with this is really designed as a motorized brush. What you'll find that the pickability of something like this, the motorized pet tool, will be a lot better at picking up things like pet hairs. So if you've got a certain area, for example where your dog or your cat lies, and you might find, especially if they molt, then there's a little patch of hair, or if you've got certain hairy members of your family, then you could find that using something like this can really help to vacuum around. And then lastly, you do get this cheeky little bag. Just a little bag to keep all the tools in, because often a complaint is that you get all these tools and accessories, and unless you've got somewhere specifically to store them, then it can be a little bit annoying. So Shark have given us a little bag to put all the tools in. So what I want to do now is to give you a quick demonstration of the vacuum. First of all, to operate it, you just put your foot on the side here and then pull the rest of the vacuum back. I was really impressed with how the vacuum picked up the porridge oats that I put on the floor there. The main reason for that is because it's quite a wiry carpet that we've got in our showroom, and a lot of cordless vacuums do really struggle to pick those up. You will also notice that on the front here you have got the little lights, so if you want to vacuum in the dark, then this could be the one for you. But the main advantage of having the lights on the front is that when you vacuum in dark areas, so if you're going under a bed or under a table, then that can really help to find where the dust and the dirt is. If you're thinking of buying one of these models, I have provided a link below to show you where to get one at a competitive price. I hope you enjoyed this quick video on the Shark ICZ160UKT Cordless Vacuum Cleaner. Please give us a thumbs up on the YouTube video and click subscribe. Leave any comments below. I'd always ask for comments, whether it's good or bad, about the video. I'd always ask for comments also if you've got any questions on it. So there might be something that I've missed. You might be watching the video thinking, oh, I wish you'd cover this. If I have missed something, then let me know and pop it in the comments and I'll get back to you. Also, if you have got one of these, if you've got one of these cordless vacuums, then let me know what you think about it, because I'd always appreciate the feedback. Thanks for watching.